I don't do anything without being filmed, I'll just have you know. Are we ready?
You're good.
So, my name is Paul Gordon Collier. I'm part of the Tioga Freedomists. How many people, first of all, have heard of the Tioga Freedomists? Okay. Is there anybody who's not heard of the Tioga Freedomists? Because I was going to say, you have now. Okay, so I'm going to be talking to you about social media. And when I talk to you about social media, I'm going to let you know the reason that all of you have heard of the Tioga Freedomist is because of social media. So when I'm up here talking about social media, I'm talking about it from a personal experience. My brother Bill and I, who is the current editor of the Tioga Freedomist, we have been doing social media, web marketing, search engine optimization, whatever has to do with web publishing, we've been doing it for years. And we got together with Johnny and Juanita Bergeson. Anybody heard of Johnny and Juanita they run Kingdom Inc. in Mansfield? They need more social media, see? They got together with us and we all came together and started the Tioga Freedomists. How many of you knew that the Tioga Freedomists started back in May of 2012? And I bet you hardly any of you heard of us in May of 2012. And I bet you hardly any of you heard of us in December of 2012. Possibly even June of 2013. Until we decided, you know what? We're going to use Facebook. We looked at the social media landscape and we asked ourselves a very important question. Where is our audience in Tioga County? Now, this audience we're talking to, you guys are mostly focused on northern Tioga, but you guys do business in Tioga County and beyond that area. Generally speaking, we're talking about the Tioga, the northern tiers area. What we soon discovered was y'all ain't on Twitter. Not much. Y'all ain't using YouTube all that much. There's a little bit of YouTube, but not a lot. But I tell you where Tioga County is. It's Facebook. That's why in this presentation of social media, we're going to primarily be talking about Facebook. When we started to do our campaign back in June 2013, somewhere around there, our Facebook page had 50 likes and I think 13 were my family members. Just saying. And we use a lot of the tactics that we're going to be talking about here. We use these very tactics. And now we have, I think, over 7,500 likes. We have incredible, even for a Facebook page with just 7,500 likes. On any given month, we reach anywhere from 50,000 to sometimes 200,000 people in a month. I mean, in a week. This is on Facebook. Never mind what it does for our site traffic. Our site, when we first started, we were very happy to get 300 visits a day. Now, if we get 3,000 visits, well, we're a little depressed. When we break stories, we can expect a traffic spike of maybe 10,000 visits. Well, that's the way it used to be. But the velocity is building up through our Facebook page. So that when we get a breaking story now, the last breaking story we had involved the young woman who went missing and was, unfortunately, that didn't end well. That story generated almost 100,000 visits to our site in a 3 or 4 day period of time. Now we've had some other stories that were as big as that or even bigger, didn't get that kind of traffic spike. So let us begin and look at the first item on here. I didn't think about this part. See, I gotta get bifocals, but they give me headaches, so this is my bifocals. Ready? Bifocals. Okay, so first item here, Facebook widgets on site and blog. How many of you have a site or a blog? for your company right now? You got a couple. So there are just a few of you that this is relevant for. It is, if you go to our site, TigerFreedomist.com, I hope we have our Facebook widget on there. We usually do. Every once in a while it goes down for some reason. But we put it's a widget that you go into the Facebook apps and you get a little code and you put it on your site so that people see your Facebook page. And so the traffic from your site, you want to also get to like your Facebook page. See, the relationship between the site and Facebook is two ways. The site helps build Facebook, Facebook helps build the site. Second point here, put your page Facebook address on your business cards. How many of you have business cards? How many of you have Facebook addresses on your business cards? Wow, you're all fired. Okay. I can't go into great detail in this. This is just a short presentation. One of the things that you'll want to do when you create a Facebook page, you're going to see a nice long spaghetti noodle URL. You don't want that. You're going to need to generate at least, I think it's 25 likes. And once you get at least 25 likes to your Facebook page, then you can create a custom URL. So, and that's what you want to do. You want a short URL that's relevant to your business, so that you can put it nice and neat on your business card. Harness the power of your team. I'm sure many of you have employees. If you're successful, you have lots of employees. If you're really successful, you only have one employee. You figure out a way to make millions of dollars doing next to nothing. In which case, I am now related to you. So, invite everyone that works on your company, with your company, to put a link to your Facebook page in their Facebook profile. Like, this is where I work. And if you have a really good relationship with them, they should do that. Facebook engagement practices. Well, I'll tell you what, let me ask you guys something. Because in the email, I think, who was it I spoke to? Tammy? Is it Tammy? Mm-hmm. Tammy, where's Tammy? I can't see you from here. I'll just pretend you're Tammy. Without my glasses, seriously, I'm blind. Tammy said that the questions that you guys might have is something about us. What is our experience with social media? And also security. You guys are worried about your Facebook page. How do you manage it? Because when you get a company Facebook page, you get people on your company Facebook page that do things which are not very market friendly, let's just say. That was a euphemism, by the way. So, would you guys like to go over Facebook engagement practices or governance? And I'm thinking I'll go over one of these in a little bit more detail, and the other I may just hit quick clip notes. Let me see a show of hands for Facebook engagement practices. This is how to get people engaged in your Facebook page and build up your audience. Show of hands for that. And the other one is governance. How do you manage people when they're using your Facebook page? How many people would like to hear about that? So, a total of 8 people have raised their hands. So I tell you what, let's just talk about the Super Bowl. Deflategate, who's in it? Okay. I saw more hands for engagement practices, so I'm going to go to that. The first thing that you want to do, and this is just a little trick, and by the way, if you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Tioga County Newspaper, you'll see how we actually use these practices all the time. First thing, you want to mention people by name when you acknowledge their comment or post. So you put something up on your Facebook page, and somebody makes a nice little comment, and you say, "Hey, thanks, Susan." Hey, you're Susan. Maybe you made the comment. Thanks, Susan, for commenting on this, or whatever you want to do. When you mention people's names, they develop it's a weird kind of familial, Facebook familial bonding that you're doing there. And they start to feel a little bit like this is a nice place to come and visit. Okay.
Folks, I'm sorry.
This interlude has been brought to you by Susan. It was unannounced. Okay, this is not how you use Facebook, folks.
I won't tell you who it is.
I bet you. It's my brother. Is it?
It's his twin brother.
It's my brother. Okay. My brother, by the way, who is the editor, he is my identical twin. So if you've met me, you've met my brother. So the next point here, greet new likes by name. Now, when you start getting a lot of likes like we do, that's sometimes hard to do. But especially early on, you get 100 likes and you see 4 or 5 people. You just you mention them by name. Hey, Sherry Wilson, welcome to our page. Don't say it like that, though, probably. So here's a really, really big point that you want to do with Facebook. Attach a picture to most posts. Pictures totally grab people's attention. And for those of you who are a little bit more creative, and anybody here know what a meme is? Let's say meme. We got a meme person here. Grouchy Cat was like the most famous meme. If you can put cats on your page, please do it. Whatever you want. Just put some cats on your page. People will love you, trust me. Facebook and cats are like that. So, ask general questions of your audience. Get them to engage, find out a little bit about them, and even when you ask a question to you're also telling them a little bit about yourself. So you say things like, hey, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Maybe even make it into a mini contest, like answer this question and be entered to win a free, what did I write? Oh, I thought this said biscuit. Biscuit would have been weird. Engage your audience and you'll get to know more about your customers and have a relationship with them. The key to Facebook is this. Facebook is all about the feelies. Everybody say feelies. Come on, feelies. It's a place where people go to either be shocked or to feel loved or have fun. So that's what you want to do. Maybe not so much the shock, but to feel loved, have fun. They want the feelies. So if you know how to create feelies on your Facebook page, you need to do that. And you can do it with, let's pick a, okay. Sir, what's your name? Paul. Your name is Paul. I'm going to shake your hand because you do have the world's greatest name. Great. That's an unbiased opinion. Paul, what kind of business do you have?
From First Baptist Church in Tiger.
First Baptist Church in Tiger. Oh, that's an easy. Let's talk about the feelies. Seriously. The Lord saves. Yes, He does. I feel good about that. All right. I'm going to try to get someone who's a little bit more challenging because you have all kinds of opportunities to connect to your audience. Who has what they think is the most unfeeling product? Anybody selling like screws or something? Anybody?
Yes, I pump septic tanks and hook portable toilets.
What's your name? What's your name?
Larry G from B&L.
Larry. The honey, what is it, the honey pot driver? Or you are now the honey pot driver. Congratulations. Wow. I guess if you began every post with something like, you know what stinks? My job, but man, I love it, and you will too. Or something like that. So you add humor to it, and
We get a lot of that.
and so you have all kinds of opportunity for feelies. You probably want to be very careful with the memes, though, and the pictures. Seriously. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. Engage your, okay, I already said that. Keep post links. This is very important. And you guys you take this thing home and look at it. This is now your Facebook Bible. Okay? No offense, Paul. Facebook Bible is nothing like the Bible. So, keep your post links below 250 characters. And the actual optimal length is 80 characters. We definitely have researched this one. Now, sometimes our posts do exceed 250 characters. Sometimes you just have to do that. But by and large, the posts that generate the most traffic to our site, for instance, they're the quick little teasers. You want a little teasers. What's your name again? Larry?
Larry.
So Larry, your teaser would be, guess what we found under the ground? I gotta find out. You know? don't publish everything on the Facebook page because they don't have a reason to go to your site. Use emoticons on your post. Who does not know what an emoticon is? Emoticons are those little annoying smiley faces. Now, I will say that for the Tioga Freedomist, being a newspaper, not advisable for us to use a lot of emoticons on our posts. It looks unprofessional for a newspaper. But for you, Larry, emoticons will help you tremendously. Seriously. Concentrate special events efforts on Thursdays and Fridays. Now, this is subject to change because Facebook is a fluid monster. But right now, generally speaking, based on research that we've done as well as our own experience, Thursdays and Fridays are the best days for traffic for Facebook. Ask engaging questions. Now, these, I have the best words to use in order. Now, these words are not something that we just sat down and said, hey, what are we going to do? We did research, we tested it, and we know these are absolutely the best words to use to engage your audience. Should I click on Larry's link? I'm a little afraid, Larry. Would, which, who, why, and how. The one thing you do not want to ask is a closed question or a rhetorical question. Who has another business? Let me give you another business here. Sir, what's your name?
Mo.
What is it?
Mo.
Mo! And what's your business?
Retired.
Mo's Retired Services. Mo will help you retire by watching him retire. So you would not say, isn't it great being retired? You would say, should I sleep in late or should I go to the firing range again? That's an open question. Oh, I think you should go to the firing range. I was working for Larry for a while. I really need to go to the firing range. Create an identity with your company and your team by posting pictures and brief notes about your team and your company. So, somebody in your company, what's your first name?
Dave.
Dave, pick on Dave. Somebody goes to Dave's shooting range, and you have what are they called? Contest, shooting contest.
Yeah.
So they go to Dave's shooting range and they win first prize. You want to make an announcement about it. Hey, Bob Smith, who's a terrible employee, actually did really well over here. He won a prize. Well, you wouldn't want to say he's a terrible employee, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why you suggested that. Now I'm going to touch very briefly on governance. And governance is a really heavy word. But I will tell you this, without governance, our Facebook page would be absolute chaos, especially for our newspaper. But any of you, as you build up an audience, you will need governance because people will come to your Facebook page. It is so much easier to destroy than it is to create. And so you will get people on your Facebook page who will say and do things which are not appropriate. And if you don't have some structure in place, you kind of look like you're very heavy-handed if you've not offered any guidance to your audience ahead of time. We post our community standards. If you go to our site, TiogaFreedomist.com, there's a little link there that says standards. This is how you conduct yourself on our site. If you violate our standards, we go through a process. And I'll walk you through it real briefly here.
Well, why don't you give some examples? Like if you're a restaurant, you have every right if somebody puts a really scathing review on your Facebook page to remove it.
Right.
You know, or
But if you don't have standards in place
if you don't have
beforehand,
standards, it's a little
then you
tougher
look
to-
a little heavy-handed. But if you've got the standards in place ahead of time, and then somebody comes in your site, you say, well, actually, I'm going to walk them through the process here. So what you do is, when somebody violates your standards, what we do, and I would strongly suggest you follow this pattern, the first thing I do is I copy and paste the governance standard that they violate. I let them know exactly where they crossed the line. And then I also tag their name in a comment, and if anybody likes your page, if you start typing in their name, it'll create a tag of their name. And so I create that tag, and that also alerts them so they know that they better go check this out. And then I include a link to my standards page as well, so they can look and see all the standards. And then I copy, this is important too, because later on down the road, people will come and say, well, you deleted my comment, and I didn't say anything wrong. That's why you archive it. I copy all the comments that I delete, and I make, a note of when it happened. So if anybody comes back later and says, I don't know why you deleted my comment, I didn't say anything wrong. You gave me a full detail of Larry's workday. I was inappropriate, very inappropriate. And I would have it there, I would see the full comment, so I'm backed up. After I archive it, then I delete their comment. And we go through a process, and it depends on the violation. And I'll also say this, sometimes people violate your standards, but it kind of is in a gray area, kind of pushes a little bit. We're not watching our Facebook page and smacking everyone down with every tiny violation. You kind of go by feel, and also you're going to have an audience where you'll see people who, they're regulars. Your regulars, you do give your regulars a little bit more slack. They have built up standing with us. They have demonstrated that they're acting in good faith, and every once in a while they may veer a little bit off. And so you give people a little bit of leeway. You don't want to be a heavy-handed cop on Facebook. So first they get a general warning and just say, hey, you violated standard, that's why we deleted your comment. And then I usually do add like an emoticon, a little smiley face, say, it's cool, but we had to delete your comment. And then if they continue to violate the standard, or if the standard is very severe that they violated, then they may get a 24-hour ban. And the last resort, you get a lifetime ban from your page. And what you do with a 24-hour ban is you just ban someone, and then after you ban them, I check regularly to see who did we ban last, and if it's a 24-hour ban, I remove the ban. We have been running our Facebook page for a year and a half. We get a lot of traffic. If you guys see, you look and see some of the numbers here. This month we've had 71,000 people that we've reached. And as a coincidence, we had 8 unread messages, which when my brother took the screenshot, I was like, oh, we have 8 unread messages. One of them was from you, I think. But in all the time that we have been using Facebook, we have banned a total of 15 people, lifetime bans. 15 people, and the people that come to our site, I don't know how many people have seen our site, but it's probably well over 100,000 at least. So, with that in mind, I expect to see a whole bunch of awesome Facebook pages running smoothly. Susan, do you have something to add?
I do, may I say a few
Would you like to
words?
come up here and speak?
I would. Hello everyone, I'm Susan Graver and I am the Senior Marketing Consultant for the Tioga Freedomist. I spend a lot of my time every day on Facebook. I'm also a past business owner, and some of you may have seen me at the 5th season. I managed the boutique there for the last 6 years prior to joining the Freedomist almost a year ago now.
Yeah.
But if I can give you any advice from my personal experience and from my experiences with helping businesses with their marketing plan now and with using social media, it would be that if you're smart and you buy onto the idea that if you use social media like Facebook properly, it can really advance your business. My suggestion is create a story around your business. In order for something like Facebook to work for you in your business, you have to give people a reason to want to become a follower of your page and then to keep coming back. That's why we're so successful at the Freedomist.
I don't know who the Freedia is, but they better not be
We
competing
share
against
a
us.
lot of information all the time, breaking news, hot stories, and we engage people in ways that Paul suggested. But again, for you as business owners or people who are managing businesses in the area, create a narrative around what's going on. Do you have new lines of service that you want to tell people about? Do you have new product rolling in? Do you have an event that you want to get people excited about for saving the date or whatever? These are all ways that if you keep the information flowing to the people who like your page, they're going to want to keep coming back to see what's new. Another thing that we do very successfully is everything we do on our Facebook page links to our website. So if you have a really meaty, wonderful website with a lot of information about all your products, all your lines of service, everything you offer, you can post some teaser information on Facebook and link it right over and get them to go over to your website where you'll have all the information beyond just those, how many characters?
80 is
80?
the ideal. You
Okay.
really don't want to go more than 80.
So
but
long
absolutely not
story
more than
short,
250.
use it, make it work for you. And for those of you who are interested, of course, we would love to help you with your marketing campaign. And I have business cards here. I'm not here to sell tonight, but that's a lot of what we do. People who become sponsors of the Freedomist, I take pride in working with them to grow their Facebook page and to link people to their website and ultimately bring them more clients, more business. So we would love the opportunity to help you with that as well if that's in the cards for you. But we've seen it work. We see it work every day. It's amazing, even since I joined Tioga Freedomist last March, how our audience has grown.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say
Four or
Facebook
5
is
times
the
bigger than-
primary impetus.
Oh, yeah,
We have the largest social media footprint in the county,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would say, as far as
Yeah,
media
absolutely,
goes. And it's working for us. So.
Now that's the end of the presentation, but I am going to leave you guys with exclusive breaking news about the Tioga Freedomist. And I want to swear everybody to secrecy because we're not going to officially announce this until tomorrow. My brother, when we first began the Tioga Freedomist, we knew that Bill was only going to be with us for a short period of time. The Tioga Freedomist is part of a larger vision that's called the Freedomist. And Bill is going to be working a lot more in Harrisburg and in Washington, D.C. So Bill is now stepping down from the editorship, and I am assuming the reins. And I'd say within a year or two, or even less, there will be someone else who will take over the Tioga Freedomist. That person will be here a lot longer than Bill and I, although we'll always be involved with the Tioga Freedomist. So there you go. That is the breaking news. Now remember, don't tell anybody. If I see this on Facebook, I'll track you down. Seriously. All right, and that is it.
Thank you.